Good morning, Academy 55. David Kahn here on Tuesday, the 14th of November, 2025. It's 5 to 8 in the morning, and it's time to say hello and good evening. Welcome to our premium members and everybody else who's watching the recording. We're looking at the EUR USD on the 1 minute time frame, even though I'm on the 5 minute time frame at the moment, looking at the bigger picture. But we're looking at the EUR USD on the 1 minute time frame with the Academy 55 indicators and strategy. Well, what we'll do first of all is we will mark up the charts because we're right in between zones, as we can see on the 5 minutes. So we should have a bit of time to do this. Should always make time to do this, but by the way. So what you do is you right click and you remove drawings. Then I like to go, taking all the indicators off, of course. I'm going to look at the EUR USD on the daily time frame. Now, what we can see here is yesterday, put it on the monthly in a minute. Yesterday, we was at the lowest point since November 22. It's gone even lower than it was last week, still heading down. We've got a little bit more of monthly imbalance on this candle here. I won't draw it up because it's these are monthly candles, so it's too far away to sort of, although it looks close on this is the monthly time frame. But we got a little bit of imbalance that needs to be redressed. When are they going to do that? We don't know. They could potentially leave it another few months until they do that. It all depends what the dollar wants to do. So that's the monthly. We're going to go down on the daily. What can we see on the daily? Again, that downward motion steadily going down since November of last year, slowly working its way down. Looking at the 4 hourly, we can then maybe look at a, well, 4 hourly, we've got something I'd like to draw up is imbalance on this candle here. If they are intending to go down even further, get the so this candle here is all in balance. I'll make sure I've got the right right box. There we go. That's all in balance there. I think that might be a little bit of imbalance up there, but that wick is sort of is so close. I'm not sure, but we'll go down to the hourly. Oh, before we do that, we'll put it onto the line chart. Any significant lines to talk about? Not near our price though, but more than 2 points. I like to draw a line up, but there isn't nothing really significant on the 4 hourly. Let's look at the hourly. So there is a line there that I'd like to draw up. Because you got 1, 2 there, and here also here. This is a more important line because here it's become resistance, but here it's been support. So that's a quite significant line there. So if we were in a trade and we got down to that level there, we'd certainly be looking at that. Put the candles on. Now, is there any? We've got imbalance up here. Look, so we can draw that up. These are just points of interest to look at. Change that conditions because it's not a buy imbalance, it's a sell imbalance. So I'll mark that up in red to let me know there's been selling power there. So we needed a bit of buying power, and the exact opposite is buying power here. So we need a bit of selling. So now we go down to the 5 minute. And now we have we can mark up the the zones. With the horizontal ray there. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong line tool. I want a horizontal ray because I know that's a different color for me. There we go. Put it at the bottom of the cell zone, which is there, and horizontal ray at the bottom of the buy zone, which is there. Put it down to the minute. Put our indicators on. And this is where we are. But we've been the lowest we've been on this yesterday. Down here, look, this is the lowest it's been for a couple of years. Just the dollar's obviously been very, very strong, weakened the euro. So where are we? We're looking for the next part. Oh, right. Okay, so let's thing with this is it's a big bit of volume. 3 minutes past 8 on this candle here, looking for a bit of a buy, but we're going into sell zone territory now. So what that looks like. Two to one there. Can't get into that one because the trend line is still facing the wrong way and it's not gone green. Let's have a look at our MC4. Right, on the MC4, make sure your risk to reward is in purple, your lot calc is in purple, and you got that all important 1% written in there because we only trade 1% per trade. I like to fill this box in purple as well, just in case I need to close all trades. So this is where we are with this. A lot of indecision going on, a big bit of a fight at the moment. We've got Lots of sideways movement. Bit of a fight between the sellers and the buyers. Who's going to be in charge? But we are really waiting for extra confirmations of price to get into the sell zone. But eventually it'll get up to here eventually. And we got a big buy zone down here. So, but we're in between this area. As always, we have to be very careful, obviously. Let's have a look at the 5 minute. I think there's probably a bias to go higher. So this is where you'd want the trend line has now gone green. And we're 5.9 pips away. I'm going to wait for it to go above there. .4 pips away. Quick look on the 5 minute. Right, I'm buying that. Right, going to be quickly going on to there because I'm going to be managing. We're in the sell zone. We are in the sell zone. But there's another sell zone there and there's imbalance there. Is it going to tap into this imbalance? So I'll be one because we're in a sell zone now area. I'm wary of that. So I'm going to wait for it to get up to this level here before I put my, which is only, this is very close really. Let's have a look. This area here, I'm going to be waiting for price to get to this area here. Hasn't given it a lot of wriggle room, but because we're in a sell zone, I'm going to be putting my stop loss to my entry. And if it comes down to take me out for no money at all, that's fine by me. But here is the highest it's been in this short session here because of that candle there. Just move this along a bit. We've got this candle here. So will it be a double top and come back down again? So look on the 5 minute. Pleased to see the parallel soft flip from above price to below price on the 5 minute. But we got this area here. Like I said, this is the highest it's been for a little while. So there, if price gets to there, I'm going to be putting my stop loss to my entry because we are in sell zone territory. But there is a need for price possibly good to go up to this sell zone, which I'll mark up. And possibly tap into this imbalance that we've seen. There is a definite push to try and rebuild the euro. Sorry. That's not correct. That obviously that drawing error is not correct. I'll make that correct. All right. Appreciating a 1% loss, if indeed that's what's going to happen. 1% is nothing at all in the scheme of things. Put my stop loss there because it was underneath the trend line. If the trend line had been below the wave, the stop loss would have gone on where the red wave turned to the green. And now we are hopefully hoping, well, we're wanting the price to respect this trend line, bounce on there and carry on up. But we will see. If it doesn't, obviously it'll take us, possibly take us out for 1%, which is no big deal. Come back later on today, because that shows that the volatility is there as such that the Cameo 55 strategy, there we go. Unfortunately, right, we were in sell territory, like I said. I was thinking that price was going to go up to 2.2 pips away, reverse the conditions. And now we've been through the sell zone. We'll put that on again very, very quickly. Price have been in the sell zone, so we are looking for the next sell. But I do think the bigger picture is they are looking to raise the euro, but when do they start to do that? That's the thing. Do they start to do that in the London session, which we're in now, or do they start to do it in the New York session later on this afternoon? Well, I'm on the 5-minute time frame now. And what we can see is lots of the last few candles have been indecision candles. Wicks above and below. Very difficult trading conditions. Because if, as you notice, we've got a range going on here. So really, we need to wait for price to get out of this range. A lower one there who was taking the sell, or a higher one there. And as we know, if we wait for the higher one, we are in the sell zone. So it's not the best trading conditions because of that. And maybe it's time to say, you know what? Maybe come back later on if you can. If not, come back tomorrow. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Already lost 1%. I have anyway. That reminds me, all trades taken on here today are for educational purposes only. But yeah, if we carry on up now, just proves that we are in this this sideways movement, which happens 80% of the time. The reason for me taking my buy just now was because I go back on TradingView, was because I was thinking we get here I'm managing my stop loss, looking for price to get into this area here because I knew I was in sell zone territory. Do away with that. I'll mark that up properly in a minute. That's just confusing. So, yeah, we're in sell zone territory now. So, best not to activate a trade on a buy. Although this time of the day is when we get directional bias. But when they start that directional bias, that is the thing. So sometimes they start it later than we normally want because we've got a buy here now, look. But we are in sell zone territory. But I appreciate the irony that the price is going up. Delete that line because we breezed past there. Appears I probably went one too early, I think, maybe. Let's do this for 1 minute. Long position tool. What would be 2.2 minimum, which is there. Buy came in there, so you have to go on the trend line. And you wouldn't be getting into the trade until, yeah, you wouldn't be getting into the trade until there, which is a 7 pip stop loss. And then your 2 to 1 is up there, which is, if my thoughts are maybe correct, price wanted to tap into this imbalance, but we got two big sell zones here, which is a bit of a worry. So that's a riskier sort of trade, you know. Whereas down here, I was prepared to go for the buy because the take profit was lower. But now the take profit has got to breeze past. Oh, already we're in a sell zone and another sell zone here. So there's quite a few obstacles to sort of get to up there. And although I appreciate that very well could be a scenario, to me it's I'm prepared to be patient and wait for better confirmations. But that's the trade we're looking to take. Well, you would be looking to take if you were to do that, but to me, that is too risky because sell zone there, sell zone there. Price is sort of going sideways still here around here, you know. Although we are creating higher highs now, but we are also creating higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So price could effectively come down here and then shoot up again, you know. That's the way price is going. At the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised if price comes down here and then goes back up again, and which and potentially could take us out again. So tricky, could be tricky. Trading seems nice and easy when you when you get a nice trade in a few minutes, like we have done before in the past, and you think, oh, really, really easy. But gives you false sense of security because it all trade trading is like water. Every day is different. It doesn't run the same path all the time. So while yes, I think price will probably want to the euro will probably want to build on this. At the same time, at the moment, because we're in sell zones, depending on how many sell orders there are here and here, could push the price down below our take profit if we were in this trade, which I'm not, but potentially push price down into there and then go back up again. And that is a bit risky. There we are. We're in sell coming up to this other sell zone now. We'll do away with this line here. So if I was in this trade now, I would definitely, oh, hang on, wrong one. So if I was in this trade now, oh, still done it. Oh, I want to go back to the minute, don't I? Sorry. I'd be definitely putting my stop loss on to my entry to protect my equity. Because there's a 7 pips between stop loss there. A stop loss would have gone there because of the trend line. Trend line was actually closer than the to the entry, closest to the entry. So that's where the trend line went. If I was in this trade now, I'd be considering whether to actually take the trade or put my stop loss to my entry. Probably, yeah, I put more or less put my stop loss to entry now. Down here, obviously, we went too soon. Which is a shame, but there we go. These things happen. But like I say, it's a 1% loss, no big deal. And we're in sell zone territory now, so it's holding off here. This is for a little while, so I could be tempted to take the trade now. You don't go broke by taking a profit, but I'm not in the trades, so just watching it. It's difficult. Does the price tap into this imbalance that we drew up earlier on, knowing that we're in a sell zone, or is there enough sell orders here to drag price down and then go again? We don't know, obviously. But because I have had that 1% loss, I'm not prepared to wager that move. And if it does go up to here, it's fine. I'm not going to go, oh no, I would have got my 2% and all this. It's okay. I'll come back at another time of the day.
Hi, this is Steve with a very short video to show you where to get the training for the indicators and tools we use inside Academy 55. So once you're logged into the members area, you'll see in the premium dashboard this section that's entitled Start Learning. And if you click here, that'll take you through to the learning library. Now, we'll say at this point, we highly recommend you watch each of these videos 2 or 3 times to get a full understanding of how everything works. Here you'll find tutorials on using the MT4 Trade Assistant and how to use the MT4 platform with the Trade Assistant. This is the longest video you'll find inside the platform. It's around 30 minutes long, well worth your time. Watch the video once, then maybe write a few questions down that you might have for yourself, and watch the video for a second time, and things will really start to make sense. By the time you watch it 3 times, you'll fully understand how everything works. So that's the longest video. It's about 30 minutes long, well worth your time. And then you can jump into individual trainings here for how to remove indicators. These videos are just a couple of minutes long. How to move MetaTrader around like you can in TradingView, Trading Assistant controls, how to do back testing in TradingView, how to draw vertical lines to mark out your hour, and so much more. And by the time you watch this video or see this video, there might be other trainings in this section. But everything here is well worth your time, and you find that, as I said a moment ago, from the main dashboard in the Start Learning section. Now, one more thing just to mention here. If you're looking for anything in particular, if you come down to the support name of FAQs, click on Get Support, and in this area you'll find a detailed FAQ section, and you can come through here. For example, if you're looking for an answer to a question about MetaTrader, have a look through these, and once you click through you'll find direct links to videos that give you answers to most of the questions that we get asked on a regular basis. So hopefully you found this useful, and back to your further training.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Right. So let's have a look at the latest at the moment. So there we go. We're in the sell zone territory. So they are picking up sell orders. Is there enough to drag them down to there again? We don't know. We just don't. Obviously, we don't know. But so what was I going to do? Oh yeah. So what I was going to do is it's going to mark up the trade that I was in. I would really like you all to get your own journals, share mine, make your own, whatever. So this is where I was at, I think, something like this. Going off this buy here, off the trend line, that's it. I'll come back to that later on. So I'm just trying to explain how I mark up my journals. So just cut that off a minute. We don't need all that noise. So that's where I got taken out, unfortunately. Make that bigger. So what we do is press the little camera button, copy link, go over to my trading journal, And there was Friday's trade, no trading on Monday. So I paste the link in there. I was on the EUR USD between 8 and 9. Drag that down, and that says Saturday. But you double click, little calendar comes up. So I'm looking for Tuesday. No, yeah, Tuesday the 14th. There we go. And I was on a buy. It lost, and it lost -1%. As you can see here, I was on 2.40. Oh, what have we done? What's happened there? Oh, that's better. So there's the -1. Now it's gone down to 1.4 profit overall so far this month. So there's my TradingView picture that I copied in just now. So that's how you do your journal. Like I say, take mine if you haven't done so already, and make it your own. So that's the one I drew up for myself now, but I want to get that other one back, so I'll just do that. Did it come back? No. This is the paper trade one I was doing. If I remember rightly, I thought it would come back if I pressed the undo button, but so I'm going to have to set it up again. That's no problem. So it was 7 pips. I remember that. It was 7 pips away. Yeah, because it was, that makes sense. Which brings the 2 to 1 up to, that's right. This is the trade one I'm not in, but I'm paper trading it nevertheless because we're in sell zones here. And I said I was going to put my stop loss to my entry. Looks like I might be taking, if I was in this trade, protecting my equity, I would maybe be taking out about now, or maybe not. But for me, it's plenty of time. 1%, no big deal. I could come back later on today. Looking at the EUR USD. Sorry, looking at the US 100, also known as the NAS 100, when New York opens in the afternoon. From 2:30 onwards, because that's when the volume kicks in because of the New York Stock Exchange opens at 2:30 in the UK, our time. So if this was a real trade now, which is not, I'd still just be in, but it's looking like price might picking up these sell orders here because we're in the sell zone. So it makes perfect sense. Well, not sense, nothing makes sense, but it makes logically you'd think that the depending on the amount of sell orders there are here for them to pick up, if there's enough, it'll send price down to these areas again. In which case, that take profit will be compromised. But I'm not in the trade because that buy alert there. Faced too many barriers, the sell zones being, but I did it there because the take profit was lower. But as you can see, I went too soon. And I lost the 1%. Like I say, that's not a big deal. But yeah, I would encourage everybody to please make your own journals. Take mine, copy it, make it your own. Yeah, I reckon I would have been taken out now, because I'll protect my equity. So yeah, definitely. It's gone below there now, so I'll still end up losing the 1%. So with that being said, guys, have yourselves a great day, and we'll speak to you soon. On again tomorrow, same time. Hope to see you there. Thanks very much for watching, and have a great day. Cheers for now. Bye. Hello, Academy 55 and premium members and everybody else who's watching the recording. This is my second trade today. As you can see, I've waited till after 2:30 in the afternoon on the US 100, taking a trade on a buy that's been given to me. The volume has increased because of the opening of the New York Stock Exchange, and I'm following the Academy 55 indicators to hopefully a potential buy that's going to be happening. As you can see, I've got a green volume, green wave just appeared, an anticipation of the trend line, but like I said, the volume is that great at the moment. It's got to be an anticipation of the green trend line. Actually, the trend line's just gone green now, so everything's above board, and just waiting for that final little bit of volume push, and indeed I will be getting my 2%. Today being Tuesday the 14th of January, it's now 14:38. This could be one of the quickest trades, but when the volume kicks in, that's what I like about US 100. When the volume kicks in, the volume does kick in, and when it goes, it goes. So hopefully you'll see me get my 2%, and oh, there we go, 2%. Thank you very much. See you.